All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's call this meeting to order for September 3rd, 2019. Can I get a motion, please, that the agenda for the September 3rd, 2019 regular meeting of council be adopted as presented? Councillor Chouinard will make that motion. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none, all those in favor? Motion carried. Can I get a motion, please, that the minutes of the August 13th, 2019 regular meeting of council be adopted as presented? Councillor Wilkinson will make that motion. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none, all those in favor? Motion carried. No public hearings, no delegations. Moving on to reading of bylaws. Can I get a motion, please, that council gives second reading to the Intermunicipal Collaboration Framework Bylaw number 2234? Councillor Sorensen will make that motion. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Talked about this at committee, and I believe Yellowwood County has already passed this on their end. So I'll call the question. All those in favor? Motion carried. Can I get a motion that council give third reading to bylaw number 2234? Councillor Bevan will make that motion. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none, all those in favor? Motion carried. Can I get a motion, please, that council give first reading to bylaw number 2233, public notification bylaw, and that council set a public hearing for bylaw number 2233 for Tuesday, October 1st, 2019 at the regular scheduled council meeting. Councillor Byer will make that motion, and we have Ms. Bittner, the Director of Corporate Services, with us. Do you want to just maybe do a quick review of what this is all about? I know we talked about it at strategic planning.
Yeah, sure. I think it was also brought to committee last month as well. It's an adjustment to our advertising when it comes to some of our timelines. So those for development permits, we need to do 2 weeks advertising. It always had to be in the newspaper. Sometimes that would lead to delays. With this, we can actually start our advertising processes through the more modern, if you like, way, our website and through our social media. It just helps bring some of those processes forward. Unless I think that was persons for that, and just to also that the outlines the locations for our advertising, so it's clarity for our residents as well. So it also does that as well.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Bittner. Councillor Chouinard, and then Councillor Wilkinson.
Okay, I remember we reviewed it, so we will still advertise in the paper, and I understand the ports. Like if we can start it on social media, we start it immediately, so we'll still advertise in the paper, so maybe 1 week instead of 2.
That is correct. It's not a replacement of, it's just an and or situation that we can advertise in more areas rather than just that one area.
Okay, Councillor Wilkinson.
Through the chair, is this similar to Leduc? They were on the news last night just by chance, and they've changed things. They're 15 days from when the permit's put in until they start work.
I'm not sure about the Dukes. I wasn't aware of that, but
okay.
there always like a 2-week advertising period. Sometimes that put a bit of a delay on some of our development permits that came through, depending on the timing for that, having to wait to get it in the paper and then starting the 2 weeks. This can just sort of speed that up a little bit. So we have it on our own media and also in the newspaper as well.
Good.
Great, thank you. Any other questions, comments, or concerns? Councillor Sorensen.
Through the chair, I know to administration, I know that this was brought up last time, but after a second reading, I would like it to be a little bit more explicit to include the town app. I know administration was confident that these 4 bullets included the app, but I would like it to explicitly state that, just because a lot of this notification is for legal reasons, and people put a lot of money on these notifications. There's a lot riding on it, and it might be helpful to be very clear on that.
Certainly, I'm just looking through where we've said we would advertise. I think that was probably encapsulated in the official social media area there, but we can always add a little portion on that would say, maybe under the website part of the app as well. We could do that for sure.
All right, thank you.
That would make me happy. Thank you.
Councillor Chouinard.
Well, if you look on the first bullet, it says also www.edson.ca. That would lead you to it. So I think we do have it clarifying what you're talking about, because you look at the first bullet.
That actually leads to the website, not necessarily to the app. So I think it's just to clarify that it could be the website or the app.
Okay, we're just going to clarify.
Any other questions or comments? I concur with Councillor Sorensen. I think that the app is really going to be the go-to place for people to get information, so we should include that as we're updating this right now. So, and I think it's great that we're going to be able to hopefully shorten up some timelines for developers by maybe 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 weeks, depending on when they submit their paperwork. So, if we have no other further questions, comments, or concerns, I'll call the question. All those in favor? Motion carried. Can I get a motion, please, that council adopt the revised signing authority policy number L-D-4 as presented? Councillor Schrenader will make that motion. CEO Derricott, do you want to just do a review of what this is all about?
Yeah, thank you. This has not come to committee as it's just really clerical, generally in nature. With some of the organizational adjustments, we moved away from director positions to general manager positions, so we wanted to update this policy to reflect that change, as well as there was a few typographical errors that are just recommending to be corrected.
All right. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Councillor Schrenader?
I wonder if it's technical, like it says first signature mayor, should we put in that or deputy mayor, or is that given knowledge, like where you say signing the checks? Like if you go on policy signing and it says council policy, first signature mayor, second.
Yeah,
AO.
it's usually the deputy mayor's automatically.
It would just be an automatic, I'm just
Yeah.
wondering if that's
The
technical,
mayor's-
I have no problems with it,
Yeah.
but if that would be a technical part.
Leave one, it says.
Yeah.
Then I have no problem with it.
All right. Any other questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor? Motion carried. Can I get a motion, please, that council cancel the regularly scheduled committee of the whole meeting on September 24th, 2019 due to the 2019 AUMA conference? Councillor Bevan, actually Councillor Curry will make that motion because she hasn't got one yet. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none, all those in favor? Motion carried. We have no information items, no sundry items, council committee reports. We're going to go back to August 14th, and we'll start with Councillor Bevan.
Okay, on the 20th, we had a multiplex steering committee meeting. And on the 27th, joint council to council meeting. And that is it for my reports.
Right, Councillor Curry.
On August 22nd, I had the Historical Society meeting, and it was a special meeting to look at their budget and for Walk May Days, which were usually successful. And so they did present their budget, and we'll talk more to that when we have our budget meetings. But they did present it and their 3-year budget at that meeting.
All right,
Yeah, so
thank you.
that they could get it into the town.
All right. And that's it?
Yes.
Okay. You also had the joint council meeting.
No, I wasn't there.
Oh, you weren't
I was
there,
away.
that's right. Councillor Schrenader.
My only one with summer holidays is August 22nd, council to council.
All right, Councillor Wilkinson.
On the 20th, we had the multiplex steering committee meeting. On the 21st, I had a site meeting at Parkland Lodge with Alberta seniors. And I think I should mention this publicly. We discussed the paving in the parking lot. Their engineer had said that they had to do it to a certain standard. And when Border Paving came in, they said, no, it really should be done to the standard that the town of Edson uses because we're in a Muskie type position. So we had agreed that everyone would pay half, the government would pay half. And at this meeting, they stepped up and they said, no, really, it's our bill, we should pay that, so they're paying that.
Oh, nice.
So it's excellent. Now, on the joking part, you know, it has an eave like this and a piece across here, and so the birds are gonna sit here, the pigeons, and they have their dropping, so we want these little pigeon, little pokes up there. And the government said they're not gonna pay for those, everybody has to pay for that. But that was very nice that they're doing that. And on the 27th, we met with the county, and that's my report, thank you.
All right, Councillor Sorensen.
On August 20th, I had the committee of the whole meeting. On the 27th, we had the joint council meeting with the county. And the 29th, I had a Edson District Recycling annual budget meeting. And that's my report.
All right, Councillor Bart.
On August 21st, I had an Edson Library Board meeting. We discussed the 2020 budget and then some discussion around the 3-year budget as well. And they're still waiting on the 2019 provincial budget because so much falls on them, as with everything else. And then on August 27th, the county to council meeting. And August 29th, we had the youth council wrap-up. They did a tour of the town facilities, went to Repsol Place, RCMP, the airport, the wastewater treatment plant, and Public Works. So that was at their, they kind of chose which facilities, you know, were their top ones to visit, and that's what they picked. So it was good. Had the wrap-up.
All right, perfect. For myself, multiplex steering committee on the 20th, the joint council meeting with Yellow County on the 27th, and on the 29th, the youth council facility tour, and that's my report. Go ahead, Councillor Schnart.
Just one clarification, Councillor Edson. So when you said we will pay, the Alberta government's paying for the parking lot?
The Alberta government's paying the full cost of like an improved parking lot so that it's not gonna crack up in a few years and have weeds going through it.
Okay, that's when you said we, that's what I clarified. Alberta
Oh,
government?
Alberta government, well, you,
Please.
all of us.
Yeah, I think that's excellent.
Isn't it
And
nice that
and
they stepped up to agree to that?
Yeah, and I think in the long term, that's going to be the best for the facility instead of 5 years
by
having
far. Is it would just be bad?
having a parking lot like Sobeys.
Yes.
We have no financial reports. Questions for media and public regarding items from this council meeting? Really? Okay. No closed meeting session, so I will call the question for adjournment. Councillor Schnarr will make that motion. Undebatable. All those in favor?
Holy
Motion carried. 11 minutes, folks.